Hello, this is Roxanne Rawlins. I'm originally from Durban, but I'm currently in lockdown in Wuhan, China. This is day 42 now of the lockdown, and just grateful that I will be leaving soon. Initially, when we first heard about the coronavirus, I will say there was no name to it yet. We also didn't have a lot of information. I heard about it on New Year's Eve. So we still kind of went about our daily life. And then I think we only really realized how serious it was when we started getting the announcements on the 23rd of January that the city will be locked down. So what that essentially meant was that there would be no public transport. Some of the stores would be closed. In our area, there was 3 bigger stores that were opened during that time. So we were still able to go to Walmart and to one other Chinese store as well, just for any supplies that we needed. So initially, it was just a frustration of needing to be inside constantly, not knowing when we would go back to school. It was still during vacation time. So I think at the back of all our minds, we were thinking that by the time school opens, everything will go back to normal, but that wasn't the case. I think I've already missed about 3 or 4 weeks of school at this point. So I continued just waiting for an announcement for it to end. But about 3 weeks ago, I'm sure it was, the restrictions got a little stricter, which meant that we were not allowed to go to the stores anymore. And that's definitely when everything changed here. I think before then, I wasn't really considering being evacuated, even though we were already having the discussion as South Africans. I was thinking that I would stay and wait for it to pass. But it became increasingly difficult for us to get supplies. I would say at different apartments, the instructions were different. So at some, they had building managers that were in charge of making sure they could order food and it was being delivered, or the building managers were fetching them. You need permits to go to the stores during this time as well. So it's not open to the public, but the stores were still opened. We thought that would be until the 28th of February, but they extended it until the 10th of March, and I'm still not sure if that date will stand. So initially we were struggling for supplies, just trying to make what we have last as long as possible. I'm currently staying at my fiance's school. So we didn't really have, if I can say, a building manager per se, because we're at the school. But we spoke to people at the school grounds, the security guards, trying to find out who has the permits. Nobody could give it to us. Also, there's a language barrier as well. So that was really getting frustrating. So eventually we've started having meals as well at the school canteen, which was catering for the security guards who are staying here at this time. So lots of rice, lots of fried rice. But yeah, at least we could eat. So yeah, obviously, I think at that point, my fiance only really started feeling nervous. The rest of the time, we're still feeling okay. And I think then within 2 weeks, we heard about the evacuation to South Africa. So I'm definitely going to be a part of the evacuation. It's bittersweet. I have to leave Yuri behind. He's hoping to be evacuated shortly as well by his country. So I will go home and be part of the 21-day quarantine. At this stage, I don't have much more information really than the public and the media. We also watched the press release by the Minister of Health on Sunday. And yeah, so I've packed my bags. We've been told that we would leave at short notice. So I've just made sure that I'm ready to leave. Just filled in some documents saying that I'm willing to accept the terms of the quarantine as well. So yeah, I don't have really, I think initially I had a few fears about being quarantined, but I'm part of the group with the other South Africans. So in daily conversation, I think definitely that my fears have decreased, and just looking forward to getting back to South Africa and yeah, going through the quarantine and returning home. Also, no sort of fears about catching the virus from other people. As I'm saying, for myself and most South Africans that would be in that group, they would at least be self-quarantined for up to 40 days at this point. As I'm saying, for myself, 42 days. So no, those sort of fears, not really. So yeah, just looking forward to getting home and seeing what happens next. I'm not sure what this means for my job. I'm not sure, obviously, at this stage. I haven't really had much communication with my school. They've just kind of said school is delayed until further notice and no salary during this time. So all of those things, I mean, I think everyone makes a personal decision about this, and I've decided that it's time to go home. So thanks.